Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video. This one's going to be going over the Walking Dead franchise in the state that it's currently in right now, and do we think it'll ever get a chance to properly end? Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and in today's video we're going to be doing another discussion video. We're going to talk about something that I think a lot of Walking Dead fans have been wondering about, and a lot of things that I feel like people have been asking for the last couple years ever since the ending of the original Walking Dead, which is, will the Walking Dead ever get a true ending? So that's a big question right now in the fan base, and honestly, it's one that I think we need to acknowledge, and I think it's one that deserves its own video because it's an important thing. This franchise, this brand for The Walking Dead has been running since the early 2000s with the comic book series, and the TV brand has been running since 2010. We're almost in 2025. So, it right there is kind of already something where it's like, okay, how much longer is this going to go on for? And will we get a true ending, right? Now, I'm not talking about the main series, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, oh, Dan, The Walking Dead ended. What are you talking about? There's 11 seasons it ended. On a cliffhanger, I'd beg to differ. Walking Dead did not end. If anything, I think it branched out more and it expanded more and it really spread its wings even more, which to a degree is a good thing because I think the spinoffs have been a good, kind of addition. But at the same time, will we ever get a true ending that doesn't have any kind of setup for something else, right? And I'm talking to you, Gimple. Will we ever get an ending, an actual ending where everything closes that's not setting up for something else? You know what I'm saying? So that's my big question, because I always hear fans say, man, I would love to say that The Walking Dead's over and I can just kind of, leave it behind and say that I'm good and that's the end and that's what we've reached and we've accomplished the end of The Walking Dead and, I can move on now and do stuff like that. But I always hear Walking Dead fans saying, in particular over the last few months, I've heard a lot of people say, Dan, I feel obligated, I feel obligated to watch these spinoffs because they're all going to have characters that are not concluded yet, so I gotta watch it to see what happens to those characters, And that right there automatically is a problem with your brand. If you got people that are sitting there saying, man, The Walking Dead ended, but now I gotta watch the spinoffs to see what happens to these characters and see how they really conclude, It's like, no, that's ridiculous. We should be able to watch spin-offs for fun. That's how it should have always been. It should have been the main show ends, that's it, that's done, main show's over, and that's how we do it, And then finally, we get spin-offs that are optional, mind you, that you can watch as a, kind of side thing. If you want to watch Dead City, watch Dead City. If you want to watch Daryl Dixon go to France for a couple seasons, watch Daryl go to France for a couple seasons. But nothing is forced, and there is no lingering things like Daryl and Rick's reunion, Morgan and Rick's reunion, which are both things that have been actually set up in the shows, and they still have not done anything with either of those, And Maggie and Negan's conclusions, where does that go? When does that feud stop? Daryl in France, will he ever make it back home? Will we ever get to find out the origins of the zombie virus? Are we ever going to find out about where the variants came from? This franchise is far from over, is what I'm trying to say. So, are we ever going to get an actual conclusion without Gimple chucking in something else to be set up for something else? You know what I'm saying? Will this ever be able to conclude to where people can actually leave it happy? You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Even right now, if you're a Walking Dead fan, right? And let's say you're one of those people that you want as many spinoffs as you can get. You want as many Walking Dead shows as you can possibly get. Okay, cool. But hold on to that thought. How would you feel if we were 20 years down the line, you know what I'm saying? And we finally got an ending to the Walking Dead brand, right? But then they set up for something else, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of the major characters. So now you can't leave because you got to see what happens to that character. That's the bind that I feel like a lot of Walking Dead fans are in right now. Where it's like, because I must admit, Ones Who Live being the end of Rick's story, I think was a fantastic idea, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, well, shit, they set up Morgan going to look for him in Fear the Walking Dead. Oh shit, they got Daryl out there looking for him in the Daryl show. Oh shit, you got this going on here. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave. You know what I'm saying? Even people that have left The Walking Dead because of the fact that Rick is probably wrapped up, there are still lingering things that we need to see. You know what I'm saying? And until we see them, people are going to keep watching it. So it's one of the worst handlings of a brand I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. Like, it's one of the worst handlings I've ever seen. They are literally forcing people that that don't want to watch the spinoffs to be like, well, I gotta watch this show because I gotta find out how this happens, and oh, I gotta watch this show because I gotta find out how this goes. It's like, that is a horrible way to do things. These spinoffs should be optional. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to make them forced because it's like, well, if you watch the Daryl show, you may find out some origins about the outbreak and the zombie virus and stuff like that. And you also got to see Rick and Daryl's reunion, And oh, well, Negan, he's got his conflict with Maggie still, so that's not over, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really curious to see if they'll ever actually just end it. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is coming from somebody that for, 15 some years that's been, watching Walking Dead. I'm like, okay, yeah, I would love to see more shows, more things going on, stuff like that. I have reached the point now where I can actually say an ending would actually be very good. You know what I'm saying? In a couple years. It would be good. I really think it would be good. And I think that's the direction that they should take this. Is it the direction I think they will take this? No, but it should. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents on it. Do I think we'll get a proper ending for The Walking Dead? I don't think it'll be anytime soon if we ever get one. It would not shock me at all, especially with how Gimple forces this stuff out, that eventually this will all just get so low in viewers that AMC will cancel them midways through a franchise, honestly. I hope that's not what happens, but I am on edge that in a few years, AMC may say, like, yeah, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they canceled the main show. They did. They canceled the main show. So I'm definitely on edge, especially with Daryl being on the other side of the world right now, and how much they're so quick to just put Snowpiercer in front of Daryl Dixon in what was originally going to be the time slot of season 2. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm getting a little nervous for the future of the franchise when it comes to it actually properly ending. Which is why I always say they should have taken the opportunity. They should have ended the main show in an actual no cliffhanger fashion. And then do your spinoffs if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? Not force out spinoffs, not cliffhanger your main series, because we don't know if these spinoffs will be allowed to properly end. AMC could have enough of it and be like, well, you got to conclude this show. Sorry, you got to end it, So it's really just a matter of, we'll have to see. I am nervous, though, that they're not going to be able to properly end The Walking Dead. So that's where we're at right now. Post comments down below, guys. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, be sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos of The Walking Dead franchise. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.